can't help it myself. I'm in love with you, and I just can't help it myself. I'm in love.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay, if everything is good. If you're seeing the screens. I am actually going to change my screen setting. I want to go this way. Okay, I'll give you a little bit more room. Good morning, everybody. Give me a sound check. Let me know if all is good. Good morning, everyone. All good. Hey, Kat. No, we're not going to trade the S&B press conference. We're not going to trade the Swissy. We don't care about Forex. That's all Kathy's business. I don't trade Forex anymore. We're just trading Bitcoin and gold. maybe gold will have a little bit of an impact. I am a little bit long Bitcoin. Bitcoin, honestly, I wish I started with you guys an hour ago, because the rally in Bitcoin started about an hour ago. It was perfect rally. Bitcoin broke back above 100,000 last night. Pulled itself up to like 101, came back down below, yeah, Kathy's definitely sleeping. What was I gonna say? It came back, below the 101, and kind of stabilized around 100,500. It was a great time to pick it up. I'm chasing it a little bit now, but I don't care. It's a first tranche entry. Tranche, for those of you who don't know what it means, it simply means my first allocation, first piece. What is it like? What's the French? It's like a tranche, right? Like, what is the actual meaning of tranche in French? Tranche meaning in finance. A portion. Okay, a portion. That's the right word, right? It's the first portion, first allocated portion. Anyways, in on that piece in Bitcoin. Let's take a look at where gold is at. We had a great session in gold yesterday. Where's my gold? All right, gold. Gold is also up. Everything is up, I think, because yesterday's CPI data, even though it was hot, it wasn't so hot that market doesn't think we're going to get a rate cut. So the chance of a rate cut are like at 95%. All of that is positive risk, positive both gold and Bitcoin, and really creates kind of interesting opportunities, for both. Let's take a look at. Hang on a second, guys. Let's see if I can go on this. Okay, so this is gold on my indicator, which gives me a little bit of a better view in terms of where it's at. You see that from 1 o'clock onward, we've had a rally. Hasn't really been able to break through that 2720 level, but anywhere where anytime we're going to be like underneath this moving average at like 17. Where am I? Where's the moving average? Somewhere basically like around here. Where is this? Yeah, at 2717 or below, I'm going to start accumulating gold. The perfect place is probably going to be around the 200 period SMA at the support level, if I get a chance. I mean, the whole point here is try to buy underneath the moving average, right? Like, let me get a little bit bigger. You try to buy underneath here somewhere, so that you get a good value proposition. But even at these levels, this isn't a horrible buy. It's just that I'd like to buy it, a little bit lower here. This would have been another great buy just before the market opened up. We had I guess a 4 o'clock rally. Annoying. See, just running away from us. We can't get into a trade on this. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin slowly inching up here. So I'm long Bitcoin, not even at a good price above the SMA, but I just figured I'm going to chase it at this point. I wanted to establish a toe hold. I really want to establish a toe hold in gold as well. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go into my my candle close function. This is why this tool. By the way, feel free to scan to download the tool, the FlashTrader tool. You can get it. You can get it totally for free for a lifetime if you open up an account with ACAP. Here's the tool. Let me actually. You know what? Let me send you the. This is if you want to test FlashTrader. This is a test link for those of you guys who are in my room right now. Feel free to download it there. For those of you guys who just want the trading tool for both MT4 and MT5 trades, once you deposit the money, you can actually use it with any broker. But obviously, I want you to use it with ACAP. It's fully compliant. Anyways, the cool part about this particular tool, which I don't have anywhere else, is that it has this what I call the candle close function. So it will not trade unless you specify, I wanted to go long here, and it will not trigger a trade. It actually triggered a trade right now, which wasn't great, but it's fine. Except on a green candle, and what that does is it avoids you sort of getting into a trade too early, because if the thing is falling, it kind of waits for the first green candle before it kind of triggers a trade. It's a really, really nice function in the tool. Came in more than once handy. I really wish I had it in my futures trading, which we don't unfortunately have that, because I haven't been able to build it for TradeOvate. But from MT5, MT4, this is awesome as a tool, and hopefully you guys will really enjoy it. So okay, yeah, I always know that chasing is a bad thing, but I always going to do it because I really don't care. So the trade really like, now this is the cool part. Watch this, guys. Now we can go into the second tranche of gold, and now I can go candle close buy over here. So now is going to be the right, sort of like the more or less correct entry. Doesn't mean it's going to be the good entry, but it'll be the correct entry strategy wise, because now if this thing drops and then finally prints a green candle, that's going to give us a lot more confidence that it's that's found a little bit of support. So I'm just basically allocating that job to the second tranche. The first one, I wasted my entry on. Where's my Bitcoin? Bitcoin in the meantime is almost at my target. My target is 100. We're at 81. What's my target here? 101.76. We're at 67 on the offer. So we got to be like around like probably 102. Oh, it was almost there. Almost there. It's trading really wide today. That's 28 wide. I guess 30 wide, right? So it's 30 wide. It's got to be 206. So we've got to be 206 on the offer in order for this thing trade to get done. Let's see if it's doing anything. Yeah. Every time you watch it, it never does it, right? So we'll leave it be here. Let's see what gold is doing. Oh, yeah, I got into the gold just on this very, very weak little green candle, but all right, better than nothing. Still like gold very much at the support level here, at this 16 level. I came in, I have a very, very narrow spacing in my gold positions, and I really don't care, because I can always go with gold. I can always go size. So in Bitcoin, I'm actually limited in size, because Bitcoin has like a lot of brokers just don't let you buy more than like a certain amount of Bitcoin, and with ACAP it's 5. I can't get more than 5, so I have to be very, very sparse with my allocation. Here I have ample margin and ample size with gold, so I don't care. I could be a little bit more profligate in my positions here. So gold is kind of dipping down, into the support area. Did I see the 25? Yeah, gold sold off a little bit, but then we came back. My point is that gold, I still think, is very much a buy to dip trade here. It's really not. I want to be, unless I'm grossly overbought, I really want to be on the buy side of gold here as much as possible. Even if I'm wrong in the first couple of ones, I will let it play out. Bitcoin just came within a sliver of my target and hasn't, it's just playing around. Still let that marinate. Gold entry is that I think I'm actually gonna, if this thing gets down to 15, I'm gonna open up another tranche on there. If it gets all the way down there. Or actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do, I think in this case, I'm actually just gonna buy the red, buy the dip here. All right, let's get into this. All right, in at 50, basically 1560 on the third tranche. This is probably the correct tranche to take, but let's see. Let me move this up so we can actually see my overall position here. Okay. So I rushed. I do this all the time because I'm so eager to get into positions. The true trade should have been probably like this should have been the first trade, and this should have been the second trade. So I'm like I'm one trade off in my thing. With gold, I can go another set of I'll go another set of fours. I don't care. I'm perfectly happy with doing that if I have to. But let's see what we can do here on this particular tranche. Basically, all I need is I think for the 15 tranche to work to kind of resolve this whole trade. I got myself a little bit in trouble, which I sometimes do. Bitcoin trying to get up there. Where is the? I'm actually curious. The days high in Bitcoin are. This Bitcoin. Trying to see where the highest highs are. It looks like are we almost at the highest high today? No, it can't be right. No, it was higher, right? It was at 202. This is like it was early in the day. It was at almost 102. Then it drifted off after the big ramp in Asia. Found support here at the 105. By the way, look at how nice this indicator is as far as picking up reversal buys. You see how well it's showing up the reversal buys over here. If you were up during Asia or early Europe, you had some really great scalps in Bitcoin. And now we're just yanking away, doing nothing. Gold looks like it's working a little bit. Let me see where my gold position is. So gold came up to 16. I'm going to, if this thing gets to about 1.5. One of the cool things about this little applet is I can just change my stops and targets on a whim, just totally on a whim, right? I can put this like at 0.1 if I wanted to. And same with this. Sandeep, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hey, look at this, guys. You're all coming in. Nice to see you. So I'm definitely screwed the pooch on gold this morning because I came in too early, and I'm just basically I'm really trying to work my way out of this position on a third tranche. It should really be only the second tranche. I really kind of what I really need is back to 27.17 on gold, trying to see if if this 200 period SMA kind of holds. The general thought here is it's positive. Risk is positive. You try to buy, in an uptrend, and if you're in a downtrend, you try to find the reversals in the downtrend, because I think those are the strongest trades right now in all the risk trades. That's gold and Bitcoin, because the market is still in this mode of thought that interest rate cuts are coming. That's very, very positive gold, because a lower interest rate makes gold a lot more competitive. Same thing with Bitcoin. Neither one of those instruments yields any interest. So the lower the interest rate, the lower cost of financing, the more attractive it is. Obviously, Bitcoin has this huge bid from the Trump bid, and generally, I got to tell you, like, you're looking at underneath the data, like, yeah, inflation is a little bit hot, but employment is holding steady, and I think there's just enormous amount of pent up expectation for more growth because the market is anticipating that the Trump administration is just going to slash 1,000 regulations for on businesses and just unleash tremendous amount of productivity. We'll see if that happens, but right now that's the bet, investor wise. And as long as the macro picture, supports that, it gives us, relatively strong confidence that the risk trades are going to be working pretty well. Now, in midst of all that, you're still going to have lots of profit taking waves. And I caught a bad, I think I caught a bad profit taking wave in gold. So this may be a battle for the next couple of hours with me and gold to try to resolve it. In the meantime, I think the Bitcoin is also not doing anything. The Bitcoin is just kind of floating around, kind of quiet. We are next week. We have FOMC, right? I think we have FOMC next week, and that's it. Like basically, we're going to be done with trading for all intents and purposes. The final, let me see, what's the schedule? What is this? This is weird at the 12th, right? Then, where's my schedule here? I'm just looking at a calendar. I can't look at this there. Yeah. You know what I wanted to tell you though, guys, that you guys should absolutely do. Let me see if I can do this properly. Oh, here we go. 12 days of trading. Make sure you enter here. This is really, really cool. While everything is nice and quiet, we're doing 12 days of trading where we're giving away $10,000 worth of BK products, everything from courses to indicators to coaching sessions to prop accounts, you name it. So it should be a really fun contest. Just simply scan this, register yourself, totally free, and every single day we're going to be giving away something new and something interesting. So hopefully you guys will get a chance to enter. So I'll leave that up there for you to scan it and make it easier for you. Bitcoin dipping a little bit. Bitcoin are probably gonna have to be, as I'm looking at this thing, we'll see. Bitcoin is actually holding up surprisingly well, but the next area that I really want to be in here is at the 700 level, right? I came in at 101,100. The next level's got to be about 700 if I really want to do anything with it. Gold is down and killing me. Wait, where's gold? Here's gold. And not doing much. We got to just be a little bit patient with gold. It will rally. But as I said to you, I absolutely my entry on gold, and this is a really good example of do as I say, not as I do, because I'm always eager to get you guys into trades, and I'm much better with this on the prop accounts where I'm really, really patient with my entries. Here's the thing that I just want to impress on everybody when you're scalping, when you're trading. When you're scalping, you absolutely never want to buy above the moving average. You don't want to do the chase trade, because this exactly what happens to me is if you're buying over here, right? If I'm buying over here at this level over here, I have all this area of risk that I got to work on, right? So I'm going to have to come up here. It's just a super difficult area to work my way out. Even if the thing just keeps going up, and of course that's the point. The market kind of fools you into thinking it's just going to go up forever, and you're just so tempted to want to chase it over here. It's never a good idea, no matter how nice it looks, because the really good trade to do in the market is to try always buy underneath the moving average, somewhere in the area. Because here there's two possibilities. It's either going to just bounce back and then it's just the trade resolves itself, or you are in at a relatively inexpensive place, and then you can buy more underneath here and buy more underneath here if you wanted to. So one of the things that I did here that was wrong, I was starting to move here. Hang on, let me just see if this trade is actually doing anything. Oh, you know what? I'm up on the whole thing. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Boop, 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 boop. Look how cool that was. I just resolved the whole trade for I think about $300 profit, right? $273 profit. So I'll explain that in just 1 second, but let me go back to, shit, I could have made more, of course, as always. But let me just go back to, my point about positioning. Trend is important, but nowhere near as important as positioning. Like, trading trend without positioning is like trading at half, boxing with one glove. Maybe if you're super good, you can survive in the ring, but you're never going to just beat the guy to a pulp. To be really, really sharp, you really want to have positioning at the same time as trend. So if you're, upward biased, you always want to be buying underneath these, the moving averages in order to get yourself into the best position. So the only thing I did right here was I said, I'm going to buy the 15s because I thought it would bounce back up. And the thing that's, okay, this looks like a Ted Kaczynski painting, right? So let me just get rid of this. Let's go back and let me show you what I did on my trade here. So remember, the really, really cool part about the way I structure my dashboard is I have these 4 charts of the same instrument, and they're all in different tranches. So I start with 1, 2, 4, 8, right? And if you are spacing your entries properly, right, all you need is actually the final tranche. This tranche didn't even go to profit. It went barely to profit, but because it is so much bigger than the other 2 tranches, it generates profit at such a fast exponential rate that it takes the whole position into profit right away. And if you're like, if you're like this, where you're in the 3rd tranche, your job is not to milk every possible dollar of the trade. Your job is to get the fuck out of the position with money in hand, because that is your number one job, as if you're scalping like I am, because you're going to do this 10 times today, and you want to make sure that you want to stay alive. Remember, I trade very much like a sparrow. I just take tiny little bites out of the market all day long to be able to accommodate stuff. So, so the cool thing about this particular indicator, let me. Did everybody scan the 12 days of Christmas? Or 12 days of trading? Can I take this banner away? Let me put the other banner on here, because you can scan this. The really, really cool thing, this is why I love trading with you guys, is to show you, is that this thing has a close all button, which allows me to it has a close button, which allows me to granularly close one single position, or just all positions all at once instantaneously, which is what I did right there. And I did it reactively. I could have done a little bit more. I could have actually made a lot more money, but at that point, I'm not interested in making a lot of more money, because I'm at 3rd tranche, right? I'm at over here, the 3rd tranche. I'm playing defensively. If I was at the 2nd tranche, I certainly would have been able to to wait longer. But this idea of like instantaneous close, super, super valuable in terms of being able to P&L you, right? So so hopefully, did you guys like that? I mean, this is one of my favorite things. So now I can reset everything. Now we can reset everything to nice, clean stuff, and just kind of reorganize ourselves on the goal position. Now I'm going to have to just wait a little bit. I'm not going to chase it. I'm going to wait a little bit to see if I can buy it underneath the moving average if I get the opportunity. Then I'm going to go back to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is just quiet, not really doing. Still in the first tranche. I almost had profit on the first tranche position, again off of a very, very bad entry. I was correct on the trend, but I was buying way up. I should have been buying way down, but you don't always get the opportunity during the live session, right? It was just as the session was opening up, so I was like, let's just get into the trade. And with Bitcoin, I have ample ammunition here, because I started relatively small, so I'll be able to resolve this perfectly. So I'm just going to be very patient. With Bitcoin, I'm really not going to do a second tranche position until somewhere around here in the 100, 800, 100,800, somewhere around there, like around the 200 period SMA as a support. But maybe we get a second wave rally, and then I'll just simply TP it out here like this. So what SMA am I using for gold and Bitcoin? I'm using the exact same structures. The short term is an 8-period SMA. The long term is a 200-period SMA. By the way, if you guys, as I said, let me just put the 8cap link in here. If you guys open up the account with 8cap, not only are you going to get my tool, right? Not only are you going to get my tool, but I am happy to give you this, to give you the actual TradingView indicator. And you could actually trade off of TradingView. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is, there's a lot of you guys in London, right? How many of you guys in London, or like UK? Just type in UK if you guys are coming into me from UK. I'm curious. I could do a poll, but what the fuck? Why do we need to do that? Let's just tell me, are you guys in UK or not? Yeah, there's a lot of people in UK. Okay, so in UK, right, ACAP only uses TradingView, right? Only uses TradingView, but in fact, it's like the only TradingView broker in the world out of UK. So you can't use MetaTrader. You can't use my little tool MetaTrader. But however, this is the really cool part. With the exception of just close all, we can emulate the whole thing via a TradingView account, because TradingView now has preset stops and targets, and we can just we can create the same idea of tranches of chart. We're going to do a 4-chart layout. I'm probably going to see if I can demo this with the UK guys for you guys next week, where the TradingView is going to look like MetaTrader with 4 different charts. Each one has a template attached to it, and we'll be able to manage all of them via TradingView account. I just have to get ACAP to give me a TradingView account. So we're going to be able to emulate almost the whole process of scalping that I use with you guys on MetaTrader using TradingView as well. Just wanted to let you guys know this. And the cool thing is, with the TradingView, those of you guys who are just UK only, we get to use the much richer, much better indicator, because the indicator on TradingView is obviously superior because of its visual implications, and also because I wrote it much better than I did on an MT5. So if you're an MT5, you're going to get the execution applet, which is really, really great, or MT4, same thing. And if you get on TradingView, you're going to get a really clean indicator. So win on one or win the other, and we're hopefully going to be able to emulate the whole process pretty well. In the meantime, let's go look and see what everybody's doing. So this is, Bitcoin is just simply chilling, literally in a 100-point move here. Gold dumped, right? And this is what I was going to tell you. This is really, really key thing. You see how I just dumped my 3 tranche position right away, because when you're in that, you have to know I'm playing offense usually on tranche 1, tranche 2, and I'm playing defense in tranche 3, tranche 4. And that's really, really important to know also as far as strategy goes, right? So right now, we're basically negative bid. It's not worthwhile for me to get involved with gold on the long side right now. It's not even worthwhile for me to get involved with gold on the short side. Now it comes down to 27.10, starts to come down into a deeper level. Yeah, I'm gonna get interested, and I'm really gonna get interested once I get my indicator giving me some kind of a bottoming signal. But for now, there's nothing to do in gold. Managed to get out of it with a couple $100 of a very quick profit. That's good enough. Now the only thing for us to do is just to manage the Bitcoin position, which has literally been trading 100 points. You know what 100 points in Bitcoin is? That is like 1 second worth of action, and it's been trading that for the last since the whole hour since we've been together. It just tells you how quiet everything is so far today. Um, I have not had breakfast, my friend, but I'm going for bagels at 5 o'clock. I'm in Jersey, and Jersey has the best bagels. So my last day in Jersey. I'm going back to the city tomorrow. Tomorrow, for those of you guys who are part of BK, it's our private webinar. We're going to hang out, talk about everything else, and for everybody else, yeah, next week is going to be. Let me just. Where's my? Okay, I'm gonna look at my iPhone while we just kind of watch this. I just want to look at the calendar. Just see how. Yeah, next week is the last week because after that it's Christmas week. Nobody's going to do the call. I will be around here for Christmas and New Year's. Kay will not. I'll hang with you guys in BK. Maybe we'll do a couple of just like you know, get together midweek. It's really, man, like I'm looking at this thing. Christmas falls like Tuesday, Wednesday. Nobody's going to do nothing. Nobody's going to do nothing until basically next week, Wednesday the 18th is pretty much, I think, the end of real trading, unless you never know, unless some crazy stuff happens. Hopefully not. So next week will be like our last week of trading for this year. Hopefully you guys will like that, and we'll see what we can do. We had a great week trading this week. If you guys want to come join me for futures trading on 9:00 and 9:15 today, definitely come down. We had a great live session yesterday. I did pretty well. I'm going to really delve into my whole insane futures trading yesterday. I had another really, really good day. I showed everybody the whole point of what I do is, let me see if I can pull this up here. Do I have TradeZilla? Since Bitcoin is so boring, and we don't. I'm not making any moves until it comes down all the way down here. There's just nothing. Basically the price action right now is we're consolidating, and honestly, if I'm looking at this price action, I think we're going to dump. We're going to take a little bit of a profit move here. So there's just no reason for me to do anything at this point. We're just going to let it be. I had an opportunity to kind of take profits in Bitcoin when it went about 80, 90 my way. I really thought it would hit 100. I got a little greedy, and now I'm going to have to work it out, but that's fine. Not a big deal. Here, let me find. What is this? Let me see if I can find my TradeZilla stuff. This is, just to basically just show you the way I trade, just to give you an idea. If you kind of like the, I think it did update the numbers. Where's my dashboard? Yeah, here it is. So you see, this is December for me. This is my futures account. This is not. I'm going to put the Bitcoin and the gold accounts also on the on TradeZilla, but we're probably going to start tracking them at the beginning of the year separately. But you see, it's what I try and do is just incredibly steady money every day. So I'm never going to be the guy that has a $5,000 up day, but I'm also never going to be the guy that's going to have a $5,000 down day. If you like that kind of approach, great. If you don't have to trade it all the way I do, but you can use everything I offer you, all the indicators, all the structures, all the ideas to trade completely differently, which is what a lot of people, do all the time. But this November was a really good month. This was a very, very steady month. But December is, especially because it's been really, really choppy. Yesterday was really interesting. I had a very tough day the day before, and then I kind of had a tough day yesterday, and I came back and I really, really traded well in the afternoon. So, my goal is to do between 500 and 1,000. It's always, 1,000 is always like the nice to have. But if I'm doing anywhere around 500 a day, that's very consistent and that's pretty good. So come watch me. I'll explain to you what I do there. It's very similar techniques, just a little bit differently employed. To be honest with you, I actually really like trading the Bitcoin and gold the way I do in MetaTrader more, but that's not the way you could do it in a prop account. So All right, so we're dropping. Like I told you, Bitcoin I think is kind of top. You can also see that in my indicator, it's showing you a sell signal, right? Now I am structurally long Bitcoin, so I kind of ignored this sell signal, and I also, I'm committed to a long position now because I kind of chased myself into a position, but I'm perfectly happy to, wait this out and let it come down over here. One of the other interesting things that I'm just going to leave you with, as far as stock ideas, is I know that everybody, preaches to you. You got to know the trend. You got to trade trend. You got to know the regime. Blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Um, I think that's true to a small degree. Like you can make money. Kathy always talks about this. She always talks about how, like, when she first started on the FX trading desk, there was one guy who would go long, another guy would go short. They both make money because the real great skill of trading is not picking trend. It's being able to pick position on the chart where you could, like, just to give you an idea, if I went short here, I would have made money. But if I go long over here, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make money the other way around. It's as much, it's basically what the much more important rule for me is I want to be buying underneath the 8 period SMA for my longs, and I want to be selling above the 8 period of SMA for my shorts. Obviously, I really want to be in sync with the market, and I want to be in sync with overbought, oversold levels. Those are all important things, but those are secondary to positioning. Positioning is really, really important, and nobody ever tells you that. Everybody tells you, oh, you just got to trade with trend. It's complete bullshit. You can be an idiot and still make money, or you can be the perfect trader and lose money, which is what a lot of people do. Like, this is why this is such a business that kills straight A students. Nobody trades worse than really, really smart people, because they're always looking for that, the perfect trend, the perfect look, the perfect entry, without understanding that they're buying the peak or selling the dip over here on the thing. So Bitcoin is kind of rounding a little bit here. This isn't enough to get me enticed. Like maybe I said to you, I really want it to be around the 800. I'm gonna try to be patient, wait another 100 points to the downside before I open up a second tranche. I don't want to get into like a 3-4 tranche battle with Bitcoin. So I'll be patient here and just wait for the second tranche somewhere around here. If I don't get it, this thing is probably going to rally back up to my entry point, and I may just simply scratch the trade. It was just, the trade was a weak entry on my position, just because what happened was I woke up early and I was like, oh man, BIT is such a great buy, especially right over here. I was like, it's turning. It's clear that that it's turned the bottom. It's turning turning to the upside. I really want to buy, but it was like an hour before live, so I couldn't get into it with you, I wish we could. I'm fooling around with this idea. Let me ask you guys, because I talked to my producer, like, none of the girls, only degenerate traders love this idea. All the girls are like, are you sure you want to do this? Let me run this idea by you guys. So, like, I'm fooling around with this idea of, like, we do this 1 hour trade in London, 1 hour trade in New York, but obviously I'm trading, like, all day long a lot of times. Especially in New York, I'm kind of, I'm trading between meetings. I'm doing positions. So I saw this thing on Trader TV where they had like 2 streams. One was the live stream where you just you talked and we discussed strategy, we discussed ideas. But the second stream they did was just nothing but it would be like a trading view chart, and it would obviously, the way I would do this, or if I do it in London, if I do a little bit of trading in London, it would be the MetaTrader chart. But basically in New York, it would be a trading view chart, and you would just see my entries. You could text me, but I would just simply stream my live trading quietly. And I don't know if you guys have an interest in doing this, but I'm kind of fooling around with the idea of, like, maybe after we do lives, we'll just go into a quiet live stream and you guys just watch me trade, because I think it's helpful, to see how I manage the positions, how I get out of them. Like yesterday was kind of really fun, also, but also kind of crazy. With I had to go like 16 large into S&P to resolve a trade. Um, it'd be interesting, I think, for people to see that. Let me know if you guys find that idea interesting or not. All right, I'm getting down to the moving average in Bitcoin. So here's where here's where I can really use my candle close. I'm going to put myself into candle close buy mode in Bitcoin. Pretty close here. If it dips all the way down to the SMA, great. If it starts turning green here, I'll get in a little bit early. May not be the perfect entry, but it'll be good enough to get a second toe hold tranche in the position. Tammy, or Tommy? Is it Tommy? Tommy. Is that a Finnish name? Are you from Finland? Jesus, man, that is so many umlas on top of your name. All right, so I'm in second tranche over here, guys. So this is interesting. Let's watch. It's kind of interesting. Wow, what's my TP on the second tranche? It is 975, right? 975. Let's see where it goes. By the way, I'm just watching the bottom here on the P&L. Let's see if this pops. Yeah, I thought it was. So you guys kind of like the idea, right? I'm going to ask people in futures too, because the cool thing about, first of all, TradingView is that I'm going to show it so you can see the whole history. So you'll see like you can actually see like trades from a couple of hours ago, how they resolved, just to give you an idea what I was doing, how I'm using the indicator to come in around things. When I'm doing it with futures, it's obviously a lot more refined, because I can first of all, it's liquid hours, and secondly, I can trade extremes pretty well, and direction pretty well in those positions. But honestly, I love Bitcoin. I can't believe I said this, because I was such a Bitcoin skeptic, but I love fucking trading this thing. It's such a blast. And so few people do it. Even in the room right now, most of you guys are trading gold, right? We made money in gold, and I totally get it. Gold is great, but Bitcoin is just a beast, man. It's like the only problem with Bitcoin is like it moves in when I'm sleeping in Asia. That's its only flaw. All right, we had a little bit pop. Didn't quite get up there. I think it's gonna try to consolidate here. Hopefully, this consolidates around the long-term moving average and pops back up, because that's all I really need. But if not, we'll go toe to toe with this thing. What's on the calendar today? I'm actually curious. Let's look at the calendar for a second. BTP auctions, industrial production. So we have PPI. That's interesting. So PPI, not as important as CPI, but it'll be interesting to see. Like, I'll tell you what, like if PPI is, and PPI is expected to be a little bit more muted than CPI. If in the industrial part of the economy, where you can't really fuck around with prices, right? Like it's not like consumers, you can rip them off forever, which is why inflation is so high. People have enough money to pay the higher prices, so companies are just jacking up. This is why stocks are doing so well, because their profit margins are so much better now, because they can maintain prices while keeping their internal costs a little bit lower. And that's actually going to be a really interesting look, because if PPI comes in at 2, comes in softer, that's super positive risk, because all that means is that companies can just make more money ripping us off with higher prices. Um, see, there's two sides to everything. We think buying gold from 2703 to us. Yeah, I mean, I think 2700 for sure. You want to be buying gold, but I think you'll be able to buy gold before that. But yeah, absolutely. I think from 2705 through 2695, I would be tranche buyer over there all day long, and I would totally resolve those trades. Unless, I don't know, World War III broke out, but that's, you have to be always mindful of macro risk that comes in. But assuming we're in essentially a price driven environment, there's absolutely going to be buyers underneath there. In fact, I was just reading somewhere, and I'm not really that big a gold bug. I mean, I love the instrument. I understand it thematically. People are talking about how there's just a lot of paper buying now, and that's actually almost difficult for miners to hedge. Oh, I know what I saw. Oh, this is really interesting. Oh, let's see what I need 975 on Bitcoin to make it move. And where am I? How close am I? Let's see. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to send this to 80 target instead of 100 target. See how easy it is, by the way, to change my target? And let's see if I can get in there. 76, 77, 79, 79, 80. No, 79. Come on, baby. Kill me on the spreads. You know what? Fuck it. Close all. You know why? Because I got no patience today. Just a tiny, tiny little profit in the whole Bitcoin position. I'm sure it would have worked. And if I'm gonna go, if I go for the second wave or the third wave, all this stuff's gonna work. Yeah, there it goes. Now it finally would have got me done. But we've had a great week. Every single day this week, every single trade cycle has resolved positively. And I didn't want to fuck it up with making you guys trade for a long time. Again, in this particular trade cycle, what I did was my first entry was chase entry. So my first entry should have been like this entry where I came in really properly at the 800 level, and then we would have been totally TP'd properly. Just goes, I will say this ever and ever again. You'll see this 1,000 times over. If you position yourself properly, if you're buying underneath, selling above, especially with trend on a decent day, scalping is easy. If you're doing stick around trades like I do sometimes, you have to work your way to get yourself back. So I did a little bit of a defensive exit, but I don't care. It was this tiny little blip on a win. But I think I'm actually curious. Let's look at this. Yeah, that's not what we want. We want custom period. Where's this thing? Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go. Custom period. I want last 3 days. I guess last 3 days is fine. Right? What is this? 11, 10, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Huh? I guess I'm a little bit net positive on this. I think Bitcoin, we were sort of flat on the week. I'm just looking at this. I was surprised. I thought I resolved myself. By the way, you see how Bitcoin is resolving itself. So basically, I was flat on Bitcoin in this account. What am I on this one? The gold account this week actually, I think, did pretty well. Let's see. Custom period. Last 3 days. Yeah, about $500 in gold. So I definitely did a little bit better on gold. I'm surprised. I think it's because I was going back and forth between the two accounts. I know I made money on Bitcoin before, because look at this. Yeah. I'm surprised. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Oh, now I'm pissed. Now I'm gonna have to trade Bitcoin for the rest of the week to make it positive P now. But it's minuscule, right? I mean, one account really did nicely. The other account was basically flat. Um, and the errors were all mine. It was the indicators were great. I just simply took a couple of chase trades on that. But still, overall, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the trades because I think the whole London session is starting to really become fun as a trading session. So looking forward now into the New York session. We're talking about, who was it? Somebody was asking me. Oh, it was AMB Pips was asking me here. Let me put that comment up here. I think that's a great area. I mean, if we're coming down there, I don't think you may not get a chance to get down to the 0304, but I do think that around the 2700. If gold starts to dump, it's really going to be an interesting trade. Where's gold? Here's gold. Gold is pretty much every time it comes underneath the 15, they keep buying it, right? You got to like it to the upside mostly. So gold is really still a positive bid trade, and we'll see how it goes today. But I think it'll go back up and run. Is it going to go to fresh session highs? I don't think. Well, if the PPI data today is soft, that's going to be interesting. If the PPI data is soft, I think we could go back to 2750 for sure. So all those trades are going to work well. But the bottom line is, it's not the trades, it's how you position yourself for the trades that matters. That's what gives us it's the technique. It's not the ingredients, it's the technique, right? So hopefully you guys really enjoyed it. All right, guys, it's bagel time in Jersey here. I'm gonna step off. I'll see everybody from the New York session. We'll have a really lot of fun there. And I thanks for letting me know. I think we might go into the into trading live quietly as an idea after the first of the year. Be sure to get the indicator. If you guys are new, be sure to bring everybody here. Oh, and let me do one more time. Hang on a second. Let me do the great 12 days of trading, which I keep forgetting because Kay is going to yell at me if I don't. So let's make sure you guys scan that and come and hang out with us. Get up to $10,000 in rewards. Right. This is the third day, so we're going to do this really through next week and just up to Christmas. But as far as trading goes, and as far as live trading goes, I think we're pretty much going to be done next week because after that it's going to be really dead. All right. Any final comments? Any final questions from anybody? Anything on your mind? Everybody's good. Okay. All right. Let me just leave you with a couple more links in the chat so you guys can get access. And this is trade flat. Oops. Always dyslexic. This is the FlashTrader link for this. Oh, and this is I didn't even do the. This is the 12 days giveaway link. I can do the link too. I forgot I programmed that in there as well. All right, cool. So you guys got all the links. Go take care of everything. I'll see everybody 9:15 for New York trade, and everybody enjoy. Take care, guys.